as we're now going to be beginning with the Sadguru Vandanam, invoking the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, as we get into today's Nithyananda Yoga session. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Now let's enter into the Shiva Mula Mantra Japa chanting, where we'll be connecting deeply to Paramashiva, the cosmic source of energy, to manifest that through us during the yoga session. We'll be chanting the Shiva Mula Mantra 11 times. We request all of you to chant it internally within your inner space. We'll chant it out loud such that you can easily follow along. Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. 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 The next is the Tattvachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the body and mind to become a pure vessel for Paramashiva's energy. Please take your Panchapatra filled with fresh water, bringing your right hand into the Gokarna Mudra, bending your index finger, slightly cupping your palm, taking one Uddharani of water, putting it in the center of your palm. Sip the water through the base of your palm 3 times along with the mantra Swadha. Om Atma Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidya Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shiva Tattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Now please wash your hands. At the base of the right hand thumb, wipe your upper and lower lip twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands. With the tips of the right hand, index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of the right hand, thumb and index finger joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tips of the right hand, thumb and ring finger, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. Now with the base of the right hand, thumb and little finger joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all the fingers of your right hand joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and your heart center. And now entering into the Sankalpa, creating our conscious intention for what we want to manifest today during the Nithyananda Yoga. Place your right hand over your left, clasping both your palms together and place it on top of your right thigh. Close your eyes, deeply connect to Swamiji in your inner space, creating a powerful conscious intention to manifest a yogic body, completely strong, healthy, and ultimately manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva as we chant the Sankalpa mantra. Om Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta एवं गुण विशेषेण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थं नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. You can now wash off your hand with some water. Om apaupasprisya. And place your panchapatram away from you. Before we begin today's yoga session, a quick reminder that all the teachings and practices are for general wellness and educational purposes only. They are not to be taken for medical advice. And if you have any existing medical health conditions or you are pregnant, please consult with your doctor before participating and follow their advice at all times. During the session, stay within the capacities and limits of your body. Listen to your body so that you avoid any injury. And if at any point you feel tired, weak, ill or dizzy, immediately stop and rest. So we're going to be entering into our sequence. Today we're going to be doing the Prathama Vinyasa Krama, starting from Asana number 1 all the way to Asana 100. So if you have any friends, families, anyone you know needs yoga in their life, or you know they're doing yoga on their own and they would like some more support, you can invite them to join this Zoom session as well. If you're watching us live on YouTube, you can post in the comment section and we will reach out to you with the Zoom link where you can join to get personalized guidance on how you're doing the asanas. If you're struggling somewhere, we can help you out. And if you want any friends or family to join, you can share it to them as well and they can join as well. Nithyananda Ma, Yogeshwari Jnani Ma, Jnanalakshmi and Ma Prema Shantini, thank you for joining us for live in the Zoom for today's yoga session. We're going to start from Asana 1. Hope all of you stay out through the whole 10-day sequence to experience all the 1,000 asanas in its fullness. Okay? So we're going to start now with our first asana, which is Sukhasana. You're going to come to a comfortable cross-leg position on the ground. Bring your hands onto your knees, doing the Bindu Mudra, touching your index fingers and thumbs together. Place it on top of your knees, keeping your spine straight. Do the Samana Kumbhaka. Again, all the 12 components are going to be integrated here, where you are not just going to be working onto your body, but you're going to be working out every layer of your consciousness. So coming into the Samana Kumbhaka, inhale deeply, follow along. Visualize heat, flames raising up along the spine, maintaining awareness of that heat at the navel center. Hold the breath as long as comfortable before exhaling. Do the Mahamudra Bandha. So we're having various types of bandhas or locks within the body to retain that energy, to direct that energy. You're going to contract your pelvic floor. This is known as the Mula Bandha. You're going to be drawing the abdomen in and upward towards your spine, the Uddiyana Bandha, and drawing your chin towards your chest as in the Jalandhara Bandha. Doing all three together is known as the Mahamudra Bandha, which is what you're going to be engaging for this asana. Doing the Japa Soham, the powerful Mahavakya, I am that, repeating within your throat center. Visualize yourself seated as Lord Shiva upon Mount Kailash. The visualization is what gives the energy, gives the direction to what this asana is manifesting within your body. So visualize yourself seated as Paramashiva upon Mount Kailash in Sukhasana.
Tatsukhasanamityuktam ashaktastat asanam vijitam yena jitam tena jagatrayam.
And slowly moving into the Parvatasana. You can bring both your feet onto your opposite thighs as comfortable. Or if you're still struggling to get into this Padmasana position, you can place one leg underneath and one leg on top in the Ardha Padmasana. So as you can see here, where the Ardha Padmasana is where one leg is on top of the opposite thigh and the other leg is below. Whereas the full Padmasana is where both the legs rest on the opposite thighs, where it's completely crossed in the front. So if you can do this, amazing. Or rest in the Ardha Padmasana in the beginner's level, eventually working your way towards the Padmasana. You're going to be joining your hands above your head and extending your hand up tall. Remember here, do not keep your elbows bent. Try to stretch them out completely as much as possible to get the complete stretch from the base of your spine. Doing the Anjali Mudra, palms together. Do the Samana Kumbhaka. Continue to feel the heat rising up your spine. As you do the Maha Mudra Bandha, contracting the muscles of your pelvic floor, tucking your chin in towards your chest and drawing your abdomen in and up. Do the Japa Soham. Visualize yourself as Mount Kailasa, completely unmoving and stable, lasting for thousands of years in Parvatasana.
अथ वक्ष्ये महादेव पर्वतासनमङ्गलं यत्कृत्वा स्थिररूपी स्यात् षट्चक्रादिविलोपनम्.
Slowly relax your hands. Remember to continuously breathe. So you will be seeing that throughout the sequence, we'll be going through various sets of kumbhakas or breath techniques. We'll be going through various japas, various types of great powerful mantras repeated in the throat center, and the bandhas will keep changing. The Moola Bandha, which is where you contract your perineal floor, will remain constant throughout the sequence. And we'll be telling you when the japa changes as and when that happens, as well as the kumbhaka. So now we can move into Hali Pavasana. Bring your feet joined in front of you, and you can clasp your hands behind your back and lean forward and down over your extended feet, bringing your entire chest towards the ground, your forehead onto the ground as well. Start off easy, just leaning forward as much as you can comfortably, but do not hunch your spine. That's very, very important here. See, if you hunch your spine, you will be putting emphasis on this place. Rather, if you straighten your spine, your emphasis will be on your hips and on your shoulders, where you will be getting the entire stretch. So as much as you can bend down with your spine straight, go ahead, do that, and you will start to progress within the asana. Here we're going to be doing the Shambhavi Mudra. Eyes open and steady, gaze outward while awareness rests deeply within. Very important so that you don't get distracted. Do the Samana Kumbhaka, feeling the heat raising up your spine. Again, continuing to engage the Mahamudra Bandha. All three locks engaged. And the Japa Soham. Here, gaze towards your nose. Another component added where you'll be gazing at different points. Gaze towards your nose, but at all times, remember to keep your gaze steady, not distracted, not running around here and there, but fixed on one point, whether it's forward, down, on your nose, or on your third eye. Visualize yourself as a plow, strong and unwavering, cutting through the field with firmness in Hali Pavasana.
पूर्व विधिया हूँ मैं जानो उभे पगथली संपुट ठानो विष्टिप छेदो कर ल्यावो दक्षिण कर सो वाम गहावो.
Next, we're going to be entering into Nagi Pavasana. You're remaining in the same position. If you want, you can come up once, relax down, or from the same position, cupping your palms onto the ground in front of you. Remember, palms are not flat, they are actually cupped. And leaning forward and down as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open and steady, gazing outward, while awareness rests deeply within. Continue to do the Mahamudra Bandha, contracting the perineal floor, sucking in your stomach, chin towards your chest. Samana Kumbhaka, feeling the heat and flames raising up the spine. Gaze to your nose. Visualizing yourself as a snake, silent and alert in stillness, strength coiled within you, ready at control in Nagi Pavasana.
पूर्व विधि परि आगाने नीचे होई कलूनी फनास्यो लगाई हाथ आगाने धरती लगावे पसारी दो हाथ की अंजुली करे.
And from here, slowly raise up as we enter into the KAILASA. It's going to be a unique asana. You're going to be bringing your hands into the Prana Mudra with your index and middle fingers extended to clasp around the big toes of your respective feet. Use your thumb to hold on to the other side, stretching your feet straight out forward initially, and then crossing them on to your opposite thighs and leaning your elbows onto the ground in front of you. So it's going to be a complete motion. Remember, when you bring your legs forward, keep them completely straight. Engaging all the three bandhas in the Mahamudra Bandha, Samana Kumbhaka. Remember, continuously hold the japa Soham. And don't worry if you find the components overwhelming initially, where you feel that, oh God, I'm doing this and that and I'm not able to focus on one. That's a science. Soon enough, your whole body will align to be able to do all the components comfortably. Yes, visualize yourself as a cuckoo, known for clarity of voice and auspicious presence in Kokilasana.
अथान्यदासनं वक्ष्ये येन सिद्धो भवेन्नरः अकस्मात् वायुसञ्चारं कोकिलाख्यासनेन च.
And relax. Come back up to a seated position. Bring one foot on top of the opposite knee and the other foot below the opposite knee. Basically, your knees are stacked completely straight here. So as you can see beautifully how they're doing it, your foot is over the knee and the other foot is underneath the knee. So knees are in a complete straight line. What you can do is use the edge of your mat as a reference and see, are both your feet, your legs completely aligned to the edge of your mat? That's how you can know. Cross your arms over your chest and start to slowly move it in a circular motion in the clockwise direction. And you can continue engaging all the three bandhas. So remember to bring your chin to the chest here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra and Samana Kumbhaka. Gaze to your nose. Visualize prana flowing through every channel, gently washing away impurities in Neti Asana.
गोडा बावा पाद की आसमाहिली सोये दचिव चरण को वारिलो दत्ता परिगुल्फ समोय वाम पाद को माहिलो बहुरो गुल्फ जुजान तापर गोडा दच की आसवारिली टान.
And now place your palms flat onto the ground as we raise our hips high into Gajasana, pushing your feet down. It's not going to be static, it's going to be dynamic. You're going to bend your elbows, drawing your head down towards the ground in a scooping motion like the trunk of an elephant and coming back up in a continuous motion. Here, try to bring your heels towards the ground as much as you can to get that deep stretch. And do it as a deep motion to the ground, bringing your chest completely forward and down as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka. Here, engaging the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha, sucking your stomach in. So your chin is relaxed. Japa Soham. Visualize yourself as a mighty elephant, steady and calm in immense strength in Gajasana.
युब्जं पादाग्रे भूमौ कृत्वा लम्बी भूत्वा मस्तकाग्रे निधाय.
And slowly stop that motion, remaining in the same position as we move into Rikshasana. Lift your left heel off the ground, pushing your right leg down, and lifting your right heel off the ground, pushing your left leg down in a continuous motion, bending your knees as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and continue to suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, visualizing yourself as a bear grounded with immense strength and presence with the Japa Soham in Rikshasana.
एकैकं पादमाकुञ्च गजासनं कुर्याद् वृक्षासनं भवति.
Okay, coming up to a standing position now as we enter into Vaishyasana. Here you can now, you're going to raise up onto your toes, and not just that, you're going to try to bring your entire weight just onto your big toes. So you're trying to slowly, first you can come onto your toes and then shift your weight onto just the big toes. This works on the micro muscles within your feet, which is extremely powerful, since your balance, as most of you would be knowing, is an important indicator of aging. So this asana helps build that balance within your body to reverse your aging. So come onto your toes first and try to shift your weight onto your big toes. Of course, hands coming in the Hridaya Mudra with the index, middle and ring fingers into your heart as you keep your entire spine tall. Doing the Samana Kumbhaka and the Uddiyana Bandha, suck your stomach in. Visualize yourself as a Vaishya, steady in industriousness and resourceful creativity in Vaishyasana. Keep your gaze forward and comfortably straight.
केशेन पादयुगलं त्वद्ध्वा तिष्ठेत धोमुखः अथ वैश्यावक्ष्ये यत् कृत्वा सत्यवान् भवेत्.
Slowly relax your heels as we enter into a Karana. So now looking at another component of Nithyananda Yoga, the Karanas, which are the dance movements revealed by Paramashiva himself. There are 108 Karanas, which Swamiji reveals beautifully are a condensed, compact version of the 1008 asanas. So starting with the Urdhva Janukarana, you're going to keep your heels together. You can use 3 of your fingers to measure in between your heels. That much gap should be there. And your toes pointed out towards the side. Bend your knees, trying to lower your body as low as you can, and bring your hands in front of your chest, facing downwards. And here you're going to keep your elbows raised, lifting one knee off the ground up across your chest while you lift the hands simultaneously in the motion, and repeating this on the other side. You can do this a couple of times to get the full effect. So lift your knee nice and high while your arm follows that motion. And stand tall now as we enter into the Balalinganasana. In the Balalinganasana, you're going to be coming into the Sarva Vashankari Mudra, where all your fingers are going to be interlaced in the opposite direction. So your fingers are inward into your palms while you get like a crossed position on the other side. So if you look at the other side of your fist, as you can see here, you'll be seeing this kind of a cross position. So that's how you're going to bring your hands. Yes, Ma. Yogeshwaran Yani, you're doing it right. Okay, yes, Ma Prema Shantini, right. And Manyan Lakshmi, you too. Okay, now you're going to use your hands to hold on to your knee. You can hold on to your right knee initially, pulling your knee up towards your chest. Keep your spine straight here. Important to note, one thing many people tend to do when they pull to the chest, they tend to lean backwards. So don't do that. Keep your spine straight and hold your body there, pointing your toes downward. As you do the Samana Kumbhaka, feel the heat and flames raising your spine as you inhale. Do the Mahamudra Bandha. Contract the muscles of the pelvic floor. Suck in your stomach. Bring your chin to the chest. Visualize yourself cradling a baby in your arms, embodying the gentle warmth of maternal love as you do the japa soham in your inner space in Balalinganasana.
Ekam janu urasi alingya sthatavyam balalinganam bhavati.
And now bringing your leg from behind as we enter into the Padapidanasana. Hands are in the Parashamudra and fingers interlaced. Try to align your knees here, bringing both your knees into a straight line. Doing the Mahamudra Bandha, clench your perineum, suck in your stomach, and bring your chin to the chest. Hold here comfortably. Visualize yourself grounding firmly as if pressing the feet into the earth with strength in Padapidanasana.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेतनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Coming into the Natarajasana. So now, continue to balance on one foot. This is going to be a bit of a foot workout as well, engaging muscles you never knew you had. Now you're going to lean forward and down as you pull your right leg up towards the sky, extending your left hand forward in the Bindu Mudra. And you can hold here, gaze to one point for balance. If you have the movement in your gaze, you will not be able to hold here. Getting a deep stretch in your body. As you do, visualize yourself as Nataraja, the cosmic dancer, moving with both power and grace. Continue to clench the Mula Bandha with the Japa Soham in Natarajasana.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Okay, let's now swiftly repeat these on the other side, bringing your left leg up to the chest with your hands in the Sarva Shankari Mudra. Straightening your spine, engage the Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize yourself cradling a baby in your arms in Balalinganasana Parshvantare.
Ekam janu urasi alingya sthatavyam balalinganam bhavati.
Beautiful job. Now bringing it from behind your hip, behind your back to hold on to it, trying to align your knees. Of course, if you need support, use the wall and hold yourself here, visualizing yourself grounding firmly, pressing the feet into the earth with strength in Padapidanasana.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेतनुं पृष्ठे संस्थाप्य यत्नेन पादपीडनमासनम्.
Leaning forward and down, getting that arc in your back, stretching your leg up as you bring the forward hand into the Bindu Mudra. Do the Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as Nataraja, the cosmic dancer, moving with both power and grace. Natarajasana.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Beautiful. Now let's come to the Ardharechita Karana. You're going to again come into the Aramandi position, which means the half squat. Remember, you're the measure of the 3 fingers first with knee, bending the knees out. Here you can cross your right leg behind the left to come onto the toes. So heels are raised and toes on the ground. Hands in front of your chest. You're going to be bringing your right hand into a pendulum-like motion, leading with the little finger and coming back inward. You can look towards your hand as you do this motion and bringing your hand in and out. After a few rounds, bring your hand to your nose, uncrossing your legs and standing straight. Beautiful. Now, we're going to move into the further asana. Before that, we have something exciting, the Smashana Adhipati, which is the skeleton dance. This is a powerful meditation revealed by Swamiji to strengthen your bone structure. This is where you strengthen your bone structure as well as the integrity within you. So take a moment, close your eyes, start to visualize yourself as visualizing yourself as a skeleton, only bones, and start to move your entire body, shaking vigorously. Do not forget to hold that visualization even as you move your body in the skeleton dance. So start to move, shaking your body vigorously. Yes, do not leave any part untouched. Your head, your neck, your arms, your hips, your feet, moving every single part of your body. No rhyme, no rhythm, just wildly keeping your visualization centered upon yourself as a skeleton, disengaging from the rest of your identity. Okay, slowly start to relax, taking deep breaths, walking back and forth on your mat. Catch your breath here. Hope all of you had an amazing time. Actually, this meditation is recommended for all of you to do on your own as well for maybe 21 minutes or 42 minutes. You can find the video on Swamiji's channel, which is the SPH Nithyananda channel. Just go search skeleton dance and you will find it. It's an amazing, powerful meditation that can completely transform you, especially for those of you above 40 or above 50, starting to feel the effects of aging in your body. This one meditation can completely reverse it because it restores the bone structure, which is the very core of your entire being. It restores your balance and your coordination as well. So do not miss this meditation. If you have some time, just go try it out. And now moving into the Kati Chinna Karana, coming to the Aramandi position, bring your heels together, feet out wide, bending your knees. Here you're going to bring your hands up above your head with your palms completely straight. So your fingers are not bent outward, your palms are completely straight. And they're going to be crossed above your head. You're going to be twisting to one side, opening your body out, coming back to the center and repeating this on the other side. This is known as the Kati Chinna Karana, which is the twist at the waist. So remember, that's where you're going to be twisting from for this asana. Do it a few times. Back and forth. And relax. Now we're going to come into Tadasana. Up beside your ears and raise up onto your toes, feeling that stretch into your spine. You can Feel it all the way from the base of your feet to the top of your hands, getting yourself a deep stretch here. Doing the Samana Kumbhaka, engage the Mahamudra Bandha, visualizing yourself as a mountain, tall and unwavering in perfect stillness in Tadasana.
महामुद्राबद्धकोणौ ताडासन विभेदकान् विनूतानं सदा कुर्यादतर्वत् निपतिप्रिया.
And from there, leaning down from the waist to bring your hands onto the ground. Remember here, no rounded back. Keep your spine straight and try to lean down as much as you can. If you cannot, do not bend your knees here. Just hang where you are and rock up and down, moving your body slightly up and down to get deeper there. You'll see how it manifests through you. Slightly, you can widen your legs as well if you need a little more support. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, entering into a new japa here, Shivoham. Feeling this Mahavakya, I am Shiva. Visualize rotating in your throat center. Visualize yourself folding forward like a flowing current of energy in Uttanasana.
महामुद्राबद्धकोणौ ताडासन विभेदकान् विनूतानं तदा सदा कुर्यादतर्वत् निपतिप्रिया.
Bring your hands flat onto the ground, legs behind you as we enter into Tarakshvasana. Come to a completely perfect plank position. No hips high, no hips, do not sink your hips, nor raise them high. Keep them perfectly straight here and bring your chin in towards your chest in the Jalandhara Bandha and start to look from one shoulder to the other in a dynamic motion. Yes, beautiful. Try to keep your spine straight. If you cannot hold this, you can rest your knees gently on the ground initially to gain that strength. Manjana Lakshmi Ma, lightly if you can bring your hips lower. Your hips are slightly raised. Yes, try to push your weight onto your shoulders and bring your hips lower. So your knees can be off the ground, ma, but don't be backwards like this. Yes, beautiful. You're doing it right now. That's right. That's right. Continue to do the Tarakshvasana, moving your head here. Beautiful. Here you're going to visualize yourself as a star shining steadily in vast space in Tarakshvasana.
गजासने स्थित्वा मस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नयेत् तरक्श्वासनं भवति.
Slowly relax your chest to the ground now into a flat position. From here, we're going to enter into Bhujangasana. You're going to be
ऊर्ध्वशीर्षः पणिवहि.
and come up into a plank again as we move into Shashasana. From here, you're going to lift your hips up high and you're going to be bending one knee to come towards your chest and back out. So from the Gajasana position, come into the plank, bringing your knee to the chest and back up. Doing the Samana Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, visualize yourself as a swift rabbit, agile and alert. Doing the Japa Shivoham, gaze towards the ground in the Shashasana.
गजासन संस्थितौ जानुद्वयमाकुञ्च्य वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
Bringing one foot in between your hands now, and you're going to be jumping back and forth in a dynamic motion as you do the Rathasana. One foot forward, the other foot goes back. Visualize yourself as a chariot, strong and steady, carrying purpose forward with control. Continue doing the Shambhavi Mudra and Samana Kumbhaka in Rathasana.
गजासन संस्थितौ एकैकं पादं पुरो मार्गेण भ्रामयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
Now with one foot in between your hands, come up to a standing position. Your forward leg bent to a 90-degree angle, thigh parallel to the ground, while the other foot rests flat at a 45-degree angle. You're going to bring your hands up tall beside your ears, palms facing each other. You're going to keep your arms completely straight here. So no bending your elbows. You're going to keep it straight. Gaze towards your third eye, sucking your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Visualize yourself as Lord Veerabhadra, the fierce warrior form of Paramashiva in Veerabhadrasana.
वासिष्ठम् अथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रम् अथोत्थानम् मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम् उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Bring your hands onto the ground, switching your legs around and bringing the other leg behind, raising your hands up to the sky. Continue doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably and then release. Drawing the abdomen in and up towards the spine in the Uddiyana Bandha. Gaze to your third eye, visualizing yourself as Veerabhadra, the fierce warrior form of Paramashiva.
वासिष्ठम् अथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च अष्टावक्रमथोत्थानं मयूरं सेतुबन्धनम्.
Here we come into Vrikshasana, the tree pose. So here you're going to be balancing on one foot. You're going to shift your weight onto your right leg, bringing your left leg in towards your inner thigh and balancing there. Remember, the key here is to keep your gaze fixed. Do not let it wander around. Choose one, what is known as a drishti point, where you're going to be looking at and fix your gaze there, bringing your hands tall up in the Anjali Mudra above your head, extending your spine. If you want a bit of a challenge here, try to hold this with your eyes closed. So that will be a real challenge. Try it for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, how much you're comfortable. In and up in the Uddiyana Bandha, visualizing yourself as a tree deeply rooted in the earth in Vrikshasana.
वामो रुमूलदेशे च यां यं पादं निधायतु तिष्ठेतु वृक्षवद् भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
Now foot comes to ground into the base of the opposite thigh as you bring your hand in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra, keeping your spine tall here. Visualize yourself as Garuda, the mighty eagle vehicle of Mahavishnu, as you do the Moola Bandha in Garudasana.
पादस्य अग्रे उरोर्निवेशयेत् समानं जङ्घ्या गूलि पीडयेत् हस्तौ सम्यक् संयोजयेत् एषा गरुडासनं भवति.
Repeating this on the other side now, starting with Vrikshasana, you can bring in your right leg to the base of inner thigh of the left leg, hands raised straight above your head as you get a deep stretch. Doing the Uddiyana Bandha, sucking your stomach, visualize yourself as a tree deeply rooted in the earth in Vrikshasana.
वामो रुमूलदेशे च यां यं पादं निधायतु तिष्ठेतु वृक्षवद् भूमौ वृक्षासनमिदं विदुः.
And bringing your foot in towards the opposite thigh as we come into Garudasana. Keep your hands in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra, visualizing yourself as Garuda, the mighty eagle vehicle of Mahavishnu.
पादस्याग्रे उरोर्निवेशयेत् समानं जङ्घ्या गूलि पीडयेत् हस्तौ सम्यक् संयोजयेत् एषा गरुडासनं भवति.
And the next is Trikonasana, stepping your feet wide apart. You're going to be stretching your hands parallel to the ground and drawing it down towards one of your feet. You can go to the right side, gazing towards the raised hand. Important to remember here, do not collapse your chest. So that normal tendency is to collapse the chest. No, straighten your chest out completely. Beautiful, my Yogeshwaran. You remember what you've learned in PSS. You're doing it beautifully. Yes. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Do the japa, new japa here, Sada Shivoham. Gaze up towards your raised hand, visualizing yourself as a perfect triangle, steady in balance and equal in all directions in Trikonasana. Initially, you can bring your hand to your thigh before trying to raise it down all the way towards your leg.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Stand tall, repeating this on the other side, switching your leg position around. Lean forward and down towards the left leg, gazing towards your upper arm. Do not collapse your chest. Visualize yourself as a perfect triangle, steady in balance and equal in all directions. Doing the japa Sada Shivoham.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुप्ताङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Stand tall as we enter into the Nikuttaka Karana, coming back into our Aramandi position, feet out wide, knees bent. Bring your hands facing each other in front of your chest, and you're going to now be lifting your right leg off the ground. So here, if your right leg is lifted, your right hand will be above, and you'll be switching the positions, bringing the left leg lifted and the left hand above. As you repeat this continuously in the Nikuttaka Karana, the bobbing movement. When you do this, you should not be moving your hips too much from side to side. Try to keep your weight grounded in your core such that you remain with your torso in the center and only your legs move. Okay, let's now relax as we come on to our toes, sitting down with our hips to our heels in the Angushtasana. Keep your knees pointed forward, palms in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra. Here you're going to do the Bhramari Kumbhaka. This is an important Kumbhaka, very powerful to open the heart center, the Anahata Chakra, and to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, releasing stress from the body and manifesting the ultimate way of living life. So the Bhramari Kumbhaka is where you're going to be making the sound of a bee as you exhale. Inhale with the sound of a female bee and inhale with the sound of a male bee and exhale the sound of a female bee buzzing. Making the humming sound. Try, my Yogeshwara Jnani, try to keep your knees together in front of you as much as you can. Yes, try to join your knees and do the Mula Bandha, contract the muscles of your pelvic floor. Visualize yourself standing in the threshold of inner victory, fully present and unshaken in Angushtasana.
Kabandha sabhamityahuhu gorakshasanameva cha angushtamushtikam jneyam brahma prasaditam tatha.
Now bringing your hands into the Varamudra. You're going to keep your palms facing forward beside your hips as you extend one leg forward in front of you. Try not to bring most of your weight onto your hands, rather keep it grounded within your feet itself. But if you do need to, you can slightly rest your weight on your arms and keep your spine straight here. As you continue doing the Bhramari Kumbhaka and the Mula Bandha, you're going to be visualizing yourself as an offering to the rising sun, body opening into in radiant alignment with cosmic light in the Saurasana.
Prasadya ekam padatalam samsthapya tu ekapadakam.
And now lean forward and down over your raised leg. Raise your hand up straight and bring your hand into the Prana Mudra, holding on to your big toe. As you lead down, try to bring your forehead to your knee if you can, while the back hand comes onto the heel. Of course, initially place it on the ground for support and then bring it towards the heel, balancing just on your feet. Continue doing the Bhramari Kumbhaka, buzzing like a bee. Mahamudra Bandha here, clenching your perineum, sucking in your stomach, chin to your chest. Visualize yourself as a calm pendulum, gently moving between stillness and motion in the Vidhunanasana.
Gulphastitau padamekam prasarya tatpadagram samsprishe tatkarena gulpham chanyam dharaye tatkarena dhunam pitham chabhyase chobhayatra.
Now we're repeating these asanas on the other side, starting with the Saurasana. Bring your hands facing forward in the Varamudra. So here you're going to try to keep your palms completely forward. So they're not going to be beside your hips. They're going to be actually facing completely forward. Do the Bhramari Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, Japa Sadashivoham, visualizing yourself as an offering to the rising sun in Saurasana.
Prasaryekam padatalam samsthapya tu ekapadakam.
Extend your spine, leaning forward and down over your raised leg, holding on to the big toe as we enter into Vidhunanasana Parshvantare. Remember the Mahamudra Bandha and visualize yourself as a calm pendulum, gently moving between stillness and motion without losing your center in the Vidhunanasana.
Gulpasthitau padamekam prasarya tatpadagram samsprishe tatkarena gulpham chanye char dharayeta tatkarena dhunam pitham chabhyaset ubhayatra.
Next asana we're going to be coming into is the Brahma Jurankushasana. Come up onto your heels, lifting your knees off the ground. As you balance here, keeping your knees together in front of you, Bring your hands facing upward, palms facing upward on top of your knees. Gaze in the gap between your palms. Do the Shambhavi Mudra, Brahmari Kumbhaka. Chin tucked in towards your chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. As you visualize yourself holding the elephant goad of Brahma in Brahmajurankushasana.
दो पानी हो ये बैसे एडी दो गुदा निवैसे कोरपगथल्या की माहिली आयस माहिरा शेमिली.
And now spread your knees wide apart, resting them onto the ground as we enter into our Kapilasana. You're going to be sitting with your onto your heels, gazing towards your nose, sucking your stomach in and up with the Uddiyana Bandha. Contract the perineal floor. Visualize yourself as sage Kapila, radiant with clarity and discernment in Kapilasana.
उभे पगथल्या सम ठहरावे तिनकी माहिली कोर मिलावे पानी उकड़ हो ये बैसे एडी दो गुदा निवैसे.
And now you can relax the Uddiyana Bandha, switching your gaze to your third eye and just engaging the Mula Bandha, switching into our Bhadra Gorakshasana. Visualize yourself as a blessed protector, firm in strength and unshakable in vigilance.
दो पगथल्या संपुट करे कोरवारिली भूपरि धरे.
And now we're entering into Suryasana. Raise up onto your toes, knees wide out. Hands are coming into the Padma Mudra. Little fingers and thumbs joined together with the rest of the fingers extended out. As you raise your head, spine tall, hands above your head. Hold your balance here as you gaze into the gap between your palms. You're going to be gazing into the gap between your palms, visualizing you're seeing the sun in between your palms. Doing the Brahmari Kumbhaka, suck your stomach in and up with the Uddiyana Bandha. Visualize yourself as the sun, radiant and wavering in brilliance in Suryasana.
एडी दो गुदातले आने पानी बैठक पुनिठाने.
And relax onto the ground now as we come into the Manduki Asana, the Mandukasana. You're going to be sitting with your heels together behind you and your knees spread wide apart. Bring your hands on top of the respective knees, resting there comfortably. Keep your spine straight, doing the Manduki Mudra, moving the root of your tongue, savoring the inner nectar. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhale, exhale smoothly with deep awareness. And gaze to your third eye, visualizing yourself as a frog, rooted in alert stillness and ready to leap in Mandukasana.
पादतलौ पृष्ठदेशे अंगुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशेत्. जानुयुग्मं पुरस्कृत्य साधयेन् मण्डुकासनम्.
Bring your hands up tall now. As we enter into Uttana Mandukasana, you're going to cross your hands to come onto the opposite shoulders. Getting a nice stretch here. Remember, do not allow your arms to push your head down. Rather, open out your chest to look up, gazing towards your third eye as you suck your stomach in and up in the Uddiyana Bandha. Visualize yourself as an extended frog, body reaching outward while maintaining firmness in Uttana Mandukasana.
मण्डुकासन मध्यस्थं कूर्पराभ्यां धृतं शिरः एतद्वेकवदुत्थानम् एतदुत्थानमण्डुकम्.
Bringing us into Simhasana. You're going to be crossing your heels behind you, one ankle over the other. Bringing your hands onto your knees as you sit onto your heels. Extend your tongue out and exhale forcefully. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself as a lion, majestic in fearlessness and strength in Simhasana.
दक्षिणं सव्यगुल्फेन दक्षिणे तथेत्थरं हस्तौ च जान्वौ संस्थाप्य स्वाङ्गुलीश्च प्रसार्य च.
Coming into Bhadrasana, keeping your toes crossed behind you, you can uncross your ankles, hands from behind to clasp onto the opposite toes, keeping your shoulders pulled back. Do the Prana Mudra, index and middle fingers holding onto the big toes. Brahmari Kumbhaka, remember, continuously make the sound of the B. Tuck your chin in towards your chest here into the Jalandhara Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself seated in auspiciousness, present, serene and uplifting in Bhadrasana.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः पादाङ्गुष्ठौ कराभ्यां च धृत्वा च पृष्ठदेशतः.
And from here, moving into our next asana, which is the Kakabusandhi Asana. You're going to come up onto your toes now. We're coming to a deep squat. A few important instructions here. Keep your feet as close to each other as possible so that you can Get a deep stretch. Lean towards the ground, spreading your knees wide apart. Hands coming around your knees to try and clasp in the Parashamudra behind your back. Initially, there will be a gap, and as you get deeper into the asana, you'll be able to hold your hands, as you can see here. Doing the Brahmari Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, gaze to your nose, visualizing yourself as Kakabhushandi, steadfast devotee and knower of the eternal truth in Kakabhushandi asana.
प्रथम वैसक उकड़ ठाने दो हाथ पगान बीच आने.
And that brings us into Kani Pavasana. Here you're going to be bringing your hands flat onto the ground. We're going to be showing you two variations of this asana. First, you're going to be bending your elbows and bringing your knees behind your upper arm, leaning forward and down to raise your legs off the ground and slowly balance here. Do not tip forward, keep your chin lifted so that you do not lose your balance. Second variation, arms are completely straight. As your knees come into your armpits, you're keeping your arms locked as you lean forward and down and lifting your legs off the ground. Do it slowly, feeling the balance forward. Keep your chin lifted. Do not tip forward and hurt yourself. And you can lift your leg high up off the ground and balance that. Just slowly, bringing one leg at a time, building that arm strength through this asana and the various asanas to be able to hold yourself there. Visualize yourself as a single-limbed strength, focus, and balance contained within one foundation in Kani Pavasana.
आसन को गुण आशुदुषिता होई तो आछी होई.
Okay, the next is an inverted asana. Now we request all those on your female bodies on your monthly cycle to refrain from doing this. You can revisit it once you're done with your cycle. Here we're going to, and also those with health conditions, high blood pressure, etc., please refrain from doing this asana. In this asana, you're going to be coming with your palms flat onto the ground, shoulder width apart, and slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Your head comes flat onto the ground as well, shifting your weight onto your hands and head as you extend your legs straight upwards, slowly bending them up into this. So one way of doing it is as you just saw, by bringing it to your chest. The other way you can do this asana is to initially bring your knees onto your elbows and from that slowly raise up. So as is comfortable, easiest for you. Take the support of a partner to hold on to your legs if you need, or use the wall to support your legs. As we do this asana, you can visualize yourself as a skull, symbol of impermanence and inner stillness, as you gaze to your nose in the Kapali asana.
शीश शीशा धरती टेकी पग दो ऊमिली का ऊंचा कू करे.
Okay, slowly relax, coming into the Parshva Mayurasana. Okay, nice arm balance now. You're going to twist your body completely to one side, bringing your palms flat onto the ground as you bring the knee of your left leg onto your right elbow, and you're bringing the hip of your left leg onto your left elbow. Placing your palms flat onto the ground as you lean forward over your arms, extending your legs straight out towards your side. Do it slowly, one leg at a time, gaining your balance as you hold here. Keep your chin lifted again. Do the Brahmari Kumbhaka, gaze into your nose. Visualize yourself as a skull, symbol of visualizing yourself as a peacock in the Parshva Mayurasana.
मयूरं दण्डवत् कुर्यात् मायूरं दण्डनामकं कुर्यात् मायूरं पार्श्वाभ्यां मायूरपार्श्वनामकम्.
So gaze towards your third eye, repeating this on the other side. Twist your body to the other side now, leaning forward and down. See, I request each and every one of you who are participating here, who are watching us, who are doing it with us in the Zoom, please do not give up on this asana or on any asana for that matter. If you feel that there's no way I can do that, drop the thought instantly and try. For every person, there is no such thing as it's something inherent. Of course, some people find it easier, but for each person it is possible, especially when you do Nithyananda Yoga with the initiation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. It is possible for you. You just need to keep training your body to learn that it's possible for you, realizing your entire potential by doing it again and again and again till you master the asana. Again, now coming into Paramashiva on the other side, lean forward and down. We're starting a new Kumbhaka, the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Exhaling fully and holding the breath out without inhaling. Visualizing yourself as a proud peacock extending to one side with grace and vigor. Gaze to your third eye in Paramashiva Parshvantare.
Mayuram dandavat kuryat, mayuram dandanamakam kuryat, mayuram parshvabhyam, mayura parshvanamakam.
And relax. Now we're entering into Bhairaganatha. Bring your palms flat onto the ground as you come into a plank position, bringing one leg over and around the hand to come between both your palms, and lift the other knee off the ground as well. As you balance here, gaze forward. You're going to gaze towards your third eye. You're not bending your chin down. Your chin is lifted. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra and Rechaka Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a master of renunciation in Bhairaganatha Asana.
Asana kaguna kahi jaya.
Now repeating this on the other side. Bringing the other foot in between your legs, in between your palms, switching over and holding yourself here. Visualize yourself as a master of renunciation, calm and detached from worldly attachment. Gaze to your third eye. Asana Kauguna Piti Jai. Slowly relax now. Coming into the Unmukha Pithasana. You're going to bring your forearms onto the ground, palms flat onto the ground as you lift your hips up high into the sky, trying to push your heels down towards the ground. So here your hands will be coming flat onto the ground, palms flat as you keep them shoulder width apart, hips raised. Visualize yourself seated facing upward with steady spine and calm focus, gazing to your third eye in Unmukha Pithasana.
Bhuman yastau januni hastau chatushpadam vangmukham uttapitangri yugalam katisthalam abhirukam.
Relax your hips. And now we're going to be coming into Vasishthasana. Engaging your core strongly over here. It's going to be a test of your arm and leg strength as well. You can bring your right hand into the ground as you extend your left hand up tall beside your body. Again, two variations. One, you can keep both your legs stretched out, one beneath the other, while the second variation is one knee rests on the ground. This is the initial level. Placing the other hand straight up, turn your head to gaze towards your raised hand. Again, remember, do not collapse your chest. Holding here, visualize yourself as sage Vasishtha, steadfast and wise in Vasishthasana.
Urdhva kukkuta vasishtham marichihala matsyakam parivrittim chodharasya vividham dhanurasanam.
And now let's repeat the Vasishthasana on the other side, bringing your weight onto the opposite hand. The other hand extends towards the sky. As you hold here, visualizing yourself as the great sage Vasishtha. Engage those core muscles to hold yourself up in Vasishthasana Parshvantare.
Urdhva kukkuta vasishtham marichihala matsyakam parivrittim chodarasya vividham dhanurasanam.
And relax. Here we're coming into the Anjani Asana. You're going to be keeping your legs extended forward in front of you as you keep your spine completely straight. You're going to sit onto your palms, keeping your palms facing upward. Remember, importantly here is you're not going to be bringing, even though your arms might be slightly longer than your torso, you're not going to be sticking your elbows out, nor are you going to be hunching your shoulders upwards to your ears. You're going to keep your chest relaxed as well as tucking your elbows in towards your body here. Very importantly, keeping your entire body compact as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, the Rechaka Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself as Anjani, the mother of Lord Hanuman. Gaze to your nose, entering into a new japa, Maha Sada Shivoham, repeating in your throat center in Anjani Asana.
दो करके उभे हथेली कोरबारिली मेले भेली स्वांगाने भूपरिदाशे महाने अंगुली मिलिराशे.
So now we're going to be getting a deep stretch as we enter into the Paschimottanasana. So here we can actually spend a few seconds extra on this asana, since it's a very, very powerful asana with immense benefits. You can raise your hands tall up above your torso, extend your spine as much as you can, and lean forward and down over towards your legs. Here you're going to be bringing your, let me first show you, the goal of the asana is to bring your head towards the ground and your elbows down as well. Now let's look at how we get into this. Here you can keep your spine straight. You're going to be bending from your waist. So one tendency we generally notice in people is to bend from the back. That's not going to work out. One, you're going to find it harder to reach your toes, as well as you're going to hurt yourself. So here you're going to be pushing your hips in. You're going to feel the stretch onto your legs, not on your back in any form or manner. So shifting that stretch onto your legs and leaning forward and down slowly as much as you can. Ma, Jnana Lakshmi, beautiful job. You're doing it so nice. That's amazing. Getting that stretch here, this asana has immense benefits. Actually holding here gives rest to the body, improves digestion, blood circulation, and it has also awakens the Kundalini energy. Hands are in the Prana Mudra, grasping the big toes. As you hold the outward breath in the Rechaka Kumbhaka, suck in your stomach, bringing your chin to the chest, and you're clenching your perineum in the Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize your spine lengthening forward like a flowing river in Paschimottanasana.
Janu parilalatam tu paschimam tanam uchyate yena kena prakarena sukham dharyam cha jayate.
And relax up. Now you can take a moment to relax your legs if you want to, or keep your legs, continue to keep it extended as we enter into the Ugrasana. Interlacing your fingers behind your neck in the Parashamudra. This is going to be slightly different. Again, here be extremely cautious of your neck in this asana. Many people tend to hurt their neck here. So be very cautious as you do this, not to bend from your neck or spine. Your hands will not be putting any pressure on your neck. You're going to be bending only from the lower back to bring your forehead to your knees as much as you can, and then resting the elbows onto the ground. Please do not put pressure on your neck in this asana. Do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mahamudra Bandha, Japa Mahasada Shivoham, visualizing yourself as Kali, fierce and unyielding in Ugrasana.
Swapanibhyam dridham dhritva janu parishiro yaseta asanotamidam proktam bhavet anila deepanam.
And relax. Come up to a seated position again. Bending one foot in towards your perineum as we enter into Marichi Asana. Lean forward and down over the extended leg, bringing your right hand inside of your right knee to clasp around the knee behind your back. Both the hands are clasped behind your back. As you lean your head down towards your knee, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka and the Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize yourself as Sage Marichi, radiant with illuminating wisdom and cosmic insight in Marichi Asana.
Uttanapadam krauncham cha marichim veerabhadrakam natarajam trikonam cha suptangushthak prasarane.
Relax up, repeating this on. Now we're entering into the Mahamudra Bandha. In the Mahamudra Asana, you can relax your knee to the ground as you extend your body forward and down over one leg. Of course, after the Paschimottanasana, we're going to find this so easy since we've already loosened out those shins. But many times to get into Paschimottanasana, this can be used as a preparatory posture as well. So leaning forward and down over your extended knee, bringing your forehead to the ground as much as you can. So here, one thing that will actually help you is to do the bandha initially, which is clenching your perineum, suck your stomach in and up. This is very important. Bring your chin to the chest and then lean over your extended leg. So you'll actually find it easier to do the asana with the bandhas, and you'll find it easier to do the bandhas first before entering into the asana. Continue to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka and remember to gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself as the great seal, embodying the profound union of stillness and motion in Mahamudrasana.
Baba pag ki joyi sivan ani lagave soyi.
And relax, repeating this on the other side, starting with Marichi Asana. Pull your right leg in, left leg in towards your perineum, and knee pointed upwards as you lean in and around your leg, holding your hands behind your back. trying to drop your forehead to your knees as much as you can. Do the Mahamudra Bandha. Visualize yourself as sage Marichi radiating with illuminating wisdom and cosmic insight in Marichi Asana.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकं नटराजं त्रिकोणं च सुब्धाङ्गुष्ठप्रसारणे.
Of course, now coming into Mahamudrasana as well on the other side. And also one thing to just let all of you know is if you are doing any of the asanas on their own, remember to always do them on both sides because that balance is important for the energies and for the body. So if you're doing it on one side, always remember to do it equally on the other side, even if you find that your flexibility is kind of imbalanced. Because in the modern world, we're so used to being classified as a lefty, as a righty, and as a male, as a female. All of this creates a deep imbalance within the body. And therefore, we tend to favor one side over the other. We tend to find things easier to do, whether it's writing, whether it's drawing, or even whether it's doing yoga, we find it easier to do on one side than the other. But when you focus on both sides equally, you actually balance those energies within the body, becoming into a more sense of wholeness. So again, now leaning forward over your extended foot, engaging all the bandhas, suck your stomach in, bring your chin to the chest, clenching your perineum, and lean down. Visualizing yourself as the great seal, embodying the profound union of stillness and motion in Mahamudrasana.
बाबा पग की एड़ी जोई सीवन आनी लगावे सोई.
Okay, relax here now as we enter into Bhadrasana. Keep both your feet touching each other in front of you. This is going to be a fun asana. You can first keep your feet away from your body, just keeping your feet in front of you and your knees out wide. Slowly try to bring your knees to the ground, and once you're comfortably able to rest it here, you can start to bring your heel closer and closer towards your body until it is absolutely at the perineum. And you can keep your knees extended wide. Now, here's a trick you can do actually to help you in this asana. But importantly, this is only to be done if you're almost there. If you are very stiff with your knees high above the ground, please do not do this. If you are almost there, you just need the last push, meaning if the push, you're able to hold it, but on your own, you're not able to. You can do this to get a deeper stretch where you can ask a partner to stand upon your thighs. Again, remember, not on your knees, but onto your thighs, and slowly bringing their weight onto your thighs and holding there. So this can be a fun challenge you can do. You can take a picture, post it on social media with the hashtag Nithyananda Yoga, and also try to do this. Okay, continue sitting here as you place your hands on top of your knees, doing the Shambhavi Mudra and Rechaka Kumbhaka. Clench your perineum in the Mula Bandha, gaze to your third eye with the Japa Mahasadashivoham. Visualize yourself auspiciously seated at the feet of the Guru in Bhadrasana Dve.
गुल्फौ तु वृषणस्याध सीवन्याः पार्श्वयोक्षिपेत् पादपार्श्वे तु पाणिभ्यां दृढं बधासु निश्चलम्.
Beautiful. Now remain here as you bring your heels apart, toes joined. Important to note, your toes are joined while the heels are apart, hands resting on top of your knees comfortably. Here we're going to do the Jalandhara Bandha, tucking the chin towards the chest firmly. So first you can inhale deeply and then tuck your chin in towards your chest and exhale without releasing. That is known as the Murcha Kumbhaka. Gaze to your nose with the Japa Mahasadashivoham, visualizing yourself as a cowherd guiding the gentle winds of prana through your body in Gvali Pavasana.
पूर्व चतुष्पादकह्यो सोई वाहि विधियो कीजे सोई यह में एडी भिन्न जुराशे अंगुल आठ अंतर राशे.
Okay, relax. Now we're entering into Joni Asana, bringing all 10 of your fingers in towards your feet. You're going to be leaning your chest down over your heels to bring your body and torso and head onto the ground in front of you. Remember, again, no rounding your back. Always remember a few key things. Never round your back from your shoulders unless specifically mentioned. Always lean down from your hips and keep your spine straight at all times. Next, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, visualize yourself embraced within the cosmic womb, the source of all creation and endless potential in Joni Asana.
दो पग थलिया संपुट करे एडी मेढ्र के पास धरे अर्ध हाथ को अंतर राशे ललाट पग थलिया ऊपर राशे.
Raise up now. As we enter into the Midiki Pavasana, you're going to bring your arms wide out beside your knees and lean down, bringing your elbows over your knees as you continue to bring your head to the ground. And do the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose here. Visualize yourself embodying sweet wind, the gentle movement of Vayu flowing smoothly within in Midaki Pavasana.
पूर्व विधि करे पगथलिया संपुट जो एडी मिली राशे.
Coming up now to a seated position. We're going to now move into the Siddha Samadhi Asana. Bring your hands from underneath your knees to keep your palms facing upward. Slowly leaning forward and down over your legs. You're going to try and bring your toes into the hollow of your throat. Remember here, move your Kantamala to the side as to not kick the Rudraksha or Swamiji. And lean forward, trying to extend your neck forward to bring your toes into the hollow of your throat as much as you can. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your nose. Visualize yourself in perfect Samadhi, embodying profound stillness and complete union in Siddha Samadhi Asana.
दो पगथली संपुट करे सोले मेढ आग में धरे अंगुल 8 आंतरो राशे एडी को ऐसे विधि दाशे.
Okay, now you can sit tall. Legs remain here just a few more seconds and then we'll be moving into a few counter poses as well as part of the sequence. I know it's a bit intense for many people, especially those who have tight hips, but stay with us and it's going to help you a lot. Now, you're going to keep your hands onto your feet. You're going to be bringing your hands onto the back of your legs, facing your feet pointing upwards like an open book. Back of your hands on the ground. Push your elbows into your knees to push them down towards the ground, slightly leaning forward. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, visualize yourself as split wind, prana circulating smoothly through divided pathways in body and mind in Chinaki Pavasana.
दो पगा की एडी धरती मगिवा मेढ लगावे पगथली महिली कोर अंगूठा की सती सूधी जोड़े.
Bringing us into the Charapata Chokasana. Push your hands onto your knees, bringing it as close to the ground as you can. Elbows wide, doing the Uddiyana Bandha, sucking your stomach, gaze to your third eye, visualizing your palms pressing firmly into the root, grounding stable strength from Earth's core in the Charapata Chokasana.
दो पगथली संपुट धारे आंगाने कर जारे पसारे गोडा भूसो लगता राशे हाथ दो गोडा परिदाशे.
Okay, now coming into Bhairavasana, a deep ankle twist. You're going to hands to hold on to your ankles from inward, from inside, and bring your toes, bring your feet onto the toes while the heel is pointed upwards. So 2 ways, bringing your hands to pull your leg as well as moving your hips forward to bring it even higher. You can place your hands on your knees in the Bindu Mudra with the index and thumbs joined together and keep your spine straight. Do the Uddiyana Bandha, suck in your stomach, gaze to your third eye, continue doing the Japa Maha Sadashivoham and the Rechaka Kumbhaka, visualizing your fierce power rising with unwavering courage and sharpened focus. So you're not keeping your spine bent here, you're keeping your spine as straight as you can and gazing towards your third eye with your chin raised.
गुल्फौ संपीड्य चान्योन्यं युत्क्रमेणोत्थितं शनैः जान्वोः पार्श्वगतौ हस्तौ दण्डवद् भैरवासनम्.
And that brings us into the Samanasana. Now, you're going to be seated in the same position, bringing one foot in towards your chest. You're going to use your hands to bring your right leg over the right elbow and pull it in towards your chest using both your hands for support. Keep your spine straight. As you do the Samana Kumbhaka, again inhale, visualizing heat and flames raising up along your spine. Clench your perineum firmly in the Mula Bandha. Gaze to your third eye. Continue the same japa as you visualize a warm, glowing light at your navel, the sacred fire of Samana Vayu, equalizing prana and apana in Samanasana.
समानासनमावक्ष्ये सिद्धमन्त्राति साधनात् एकपादमुरौ दत्वा गुह्योऽन्यलिङ्गवक्त्रके.
Now you can bring your right leg on top of your right shoulder as high as you can over the shoulder. Grounding your palms beside your hips, you're going to be extending the left leg forward, straight upwards, engaging your core as well. Try to keep your spine as straight as possible. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Visualize a vital downward flow of energy where you gaze to your third eye in Apanasana.
केवलं पादमेकं च स्कन्धे चारोप्य यत्नतः एकपादेन गगने तिष्ठेत् दण्डवत् प्रभो.
Let's repeat these couple of asanas on the other side now. Coming first into Samanasana. Parshvantare, pulling your left leg up towards your chest. Remember to visualize the Samana Vayu in your navel center as a steady heat. Doing the Samana Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, gazing towards your third eye.
समानासनमावक्ष्ये सिद्धमन्त्रातिसाधनात् एकपादमुरौ दत्वा गुह्योऽन्यलिङ्गवक्त्रके.
Pulling the foot over your shoulder as the other leg extends forward, thumbs flat onto the ground. Keeping your spine straight, do the Samana Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Remember to gaze to your third eye, holding yourself here, nicely engaging your core. Visualize a vital downward flow of energy in Apanasana.
केवलं पादमेकं च स्कन्धे चारोप्य यत्नतः एकपादेन गगने तिष्ठेत् दण्डवत् प्रभो.
Okay, relaxing your legs now. We're going to come into our counter pose. Finally, relaxing those hips as we enter into Gomukhasana. Keeping both your feet outside of the respective hips, knees stacked one on top of another. Keep your hands on top of the upper knee. As you do the Parashamudra, interlacing your fingers. Doing the Sheetkari Kumbhaka, a very interesting Kumbhaka here, which is extremely cooling for the body as well. In fact, if you are at a point where you're thirsty and you do not have availability of water instantly, you can do this asana to help you. You're going to inhale through your clenched teeth, making a hissing sound. So your tongue presses at the root of the teeth to create that sound. Inhaling as much as you can, then hold the breath comfortably before exhaling. Mula Bandha, again contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor. Visualize yourself as a sacred cow embodying the auspicious qualities, gazing towards your nose, entering into a new japa. Om Nithyanandoham. I am Swamiji. I am Nithyananda. I am that ultimate incarnation of Paramashiva in your inner space in Gomukhasana.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्फं तु पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजयेत् दक्षिणेऽपि तथा सव्यं गोमुखं गोमुखं यथा.
Now bring your hands onto your feet. In the Prana Mudra, bringing your index and middle fingers to clasp your big toes with the respective hands. Continue to keep your spine straight, sucking your stomach in and up as you gaze to your nose. Doing the Uddiyana Bandha. Continue the Sheetkari Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya, with wife of sage Atri, one of the Sapta Rishis, embodying her pure devotion. Continue doing the japa Om Nithyanandoham till mentioned otherwise in the Anasuyasana.
दक्षिण गोडो नीचो ठाने वावों ताके ऊपर आने.
And bring your hands behind your back in the Parashamudra, interlacing the fingers, leaning your head forward and down, trying to bring your nose onto the ground in front of your knee. This asana has the benefit of giving you a glowing skin, just like Rishika Anasuya. As you do the Sheetkari Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, remember to gaze to your nose, visualizing Rishika Anasuya in your inner space in Anasuyasana Dve.
जीमना गोदा की संधि उपरि डावा गोडा की संधि मिलाई राशे गोडा स्योले पगथल्यालो आडवाई सुधा राशे.
Now coming up to a seated position, we're going to be continuing into Garudasana Dve. You're going to continue to keep your right leg in the same position as you lift your left leg, knee pointing upward. You can bring both your feet touching each other in front of you and hands up. Push your chest outward and lengthen your spine as you gaze towards your nose. Visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda, the mighty divine vehicle, eagle of Mahavishnu in Garudasana.
दावो पगमोडी एडी माहिलो गुल्फ मूल द्वार नीचे दे.
Now from here, interlace your hands into the Parashamudra behind your neck as you twist towards your raised knee, bringing both your elbows outside of the raised knee. You're going to be twisting here. Bring both your elbows touching each other in front, behind, in outside of your knee, and you're going to be sitting on top of your bent foot. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as Sage Narada. The celestial messenger.
पिष्टिजु वाम पगथली केरी भूपरिता ही लगावे फेरी गोडा सुधौ फनौ हे जोई दशिपाशति राशे सोई.
And now we're going to be entering into the Matsya Pitakasana, where you can bring your right leg on top of the left hip, and you can bring your hands into the Prana Mudra to hold on to your big toe of the left leg with the left hand, and cross your right arm over your right knee to hold on to the left shin. So here what you're going to be doing is your right hand is not holding to the right knee, rather towards the shin, and keeping your spine straight, gaze towards your nose. Remember, continue the Sheetkari Kumbhaka, inhaling through your teeth, visualizing yourself as a radiant fish breathing effortlessly underwater in Matsya Pitakasana.
वामेन वामाङ्गुष्ठं तु गृहीतं मत्स्यपीठकं योनि वामेन सम्पीड्य मेढ्रादुपरि दक्षिणम्.
Now, we're going to be repeating this sequence of asanas on the other side, where you're going to be starting with Gomukhasana. You can cross your legs over, bring your hands in the Parish Mudra above the upper knee, visualizing yourself as the sacred cow, embodying the auspicious qualities of gentleness, nurturing, and selfless giving. Gaze to your nose.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्फं तु पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजयेत् दक्षिणेऽपि तथा सव्यं गोमुखं गोमुखं यथा.
And slowly bring your hands on towards your respective toes in the Prana Mudra as you gaze the Uddiyana Bandha, suck in your stomach and gaze towards your nose. You're not going to be bringing your chin to the chest. You're going to be gazing comfortably forward as you visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya, the wife of Sage Atri. Remember to gaze to your nose and do the japa Om Nithyanandoham.
दक्षिण गोडोनी चोठाने वावे ताके ऊपर आने गोडा संधि मिलावे भारी आडा पद पुनि दे संधि पसारी.
And now slowly bringing your head down towards the ground as you interlace your fingers behind your back in Anasuyasana Dve Parshvantare as you gaze towards your nose.
जीमना गोदा की संधि उपरि डावा गोडा की संधि मिलाई राशे गोडा स्यौले पगथलियालो आडवा ई सुधा राशे.
Visualizing yourself as Rishika Anasuya, the wife of Sage Atri, making yourself manifesting the power of golden glowing skin. Okay, slowly relax now. Moving into the Garudasana Parshvantare. You're going to be bringing your right knee raised as your left leg comes flat onto the ground, and keeping your spine straight, bending your chest outward, hands on the respective knees. Doing the Mula Bandha, gazing to your nose, visualize yourself as Garuda, the mighty divine bird and sacred vehicle of Lord Vishnu.
डावो पग मोडी एडी माहिलो गुल्फ मूल द्वार नीचे दे.
And moving into the Naradasana, come to sit onto your heel and bend both your elbows outside of the raised knee, bringing both of them touching each other. Gaze to your third eye, visualizing yourself as Sage Narada, the celestial messenger and cosmic musician. Reminding everyone, please continue the Sheetkari Kumbhaka and the Mula Bandha as well.
पिष्टिजु वाम पगथली केरी भूपरिता ही लगावे फेरी गोडा सुधौ फनौ हे जोई दशिपाशति राशे सोई.
And now we're going to be entering into the Matsya Pitakasana Parshvantare, bringing your foot on top of the opposite thigh and keeping the other foot flat on the ground. How one hand comes in the Prana Mudra to the toe while the other hand reaches for the shin. Gaze to your nose, visualizing yourself as a radiant fish breathing effortlessly underwater with serene ease. Matsya Pitakasana.
वामेन वामाङ्गुष्ठं तु गृहीतं मत्स्यपीठकं योनि वामेन सम्पीड्य मेढ्रादुपरि दक्षिणम्.
And now relax. Now we're going to do the Matsyendrasana. Now, continuing to keep one foot on top of the thigh. Come towards the ground as much as you can. So what you can do here is, you can bring the foot in towards the thigh rather than the entire ankle, such that you can push the knee to the ground comfortably. And you're going to twist your torso now, bringing your left elbow outside of the raised knee to rest on the head, while the other hand extends the outward towards the ground behind you. As you do the Sheetkari Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gaze to your third eye, visualizing yourself embodying Sage Matsyendra, the Lord of the Fishes in Matsyendrasana.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः नम्राङ्गं वामपादं हि दक्षजानुपरि न्यसेत्.
Just switching your hands around now as you gaze towards your third eye. You're going to extend your left hand towards the right foot and the right hand comes up towards your head. Bringing the right hand up towards your chin, your head. Visualize yourself as a camel, as a living coil, twisting smoothly yet firmly into stillness in Kubhasana.
आसन को गुण झोलो जाए.
And extend both your legs out wide as we enter into Matsyendrasana Dve, completely stretching your entire body. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra and Sheetkari Kumbhaka, gaze to your third eye, visualizing the sacred spiral of Kundalini energy rising fluidly through your spine in Matsyendrasana.
मत्स्येन्द्रपीठं जठरप्रदीप्तिं प्रचण्डरुग्मण्डलखण्डनास्त्रम् अभ्यासतः कुण्डलिनी प्रबोधं दण्डस्थिरत्वं हि ददाति पुंसाम्.
And now we're going to repeat these three asanas on the other side. Get twisted over now, switching your position of your legs. Twisting out, bringing your one hand to your head while the other hand extends behind. Doing the Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself embodying Sage Matsyendra, Lord of the Fishes. Remember to gaze towards your third eye. Matsyendrasana.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः नम्राङ्गं नाम पादं हि दक्षजानुपरि न्यसेत्.
And extending both your hands out as you continue to do the Sheetkari Kumbhaka, bringing the other hand up towards your head as you do the Prana Mudra, holding on to your big toe below that. Do gaze to the third eye, visualize yourself as a living coil, twisting smoothly and firmly into stillness in Kubhasana.
आसन को गुण झोलो जाए.
And now extend both your hands out wide towards the ground as you completely twist, gazing back as much as you can. Gaze to your third eye, visualizing the sacred spiral of Kundalini energy rising fluidly through your spine in Matsyendrasana Dve.
मत्स्येन्द्रपीठं जठरप्रदीप्तिं प्रचण्डरुग्मण्डलखण्डनास्त्रम् अभ्यासतः कुण्डलिनी प्रबोधं दण्डस्थिरत्वं हि ददाति पुंसाम्.
And now we're going to bring our legs on towards our opposite thighs in the Padmasana position. Now, if you are someone who can do Padmasana, I have a quick challenge for you. Extend your legs out straight in front of you and raise your arms up high. You're going to raise your arms up high, not using your hands for support. You're going to be crossing your legs onto your opposite thighs in Padmasana. So it's going to be a quick challenge for you. One of the symbols of a yogi as per Hatha Yoga. The trick is to keep your knees grounded. As you cross your legs on top of your opposite thighs, here we're going to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sheetali Kumbhaka. You're going to continue to inhale through your clenched teeth, this time without making the hissing sound. As your hands rest onto your knees, do the Mahamudra Bandha. Contract your perineal floor, suck in your stomach, and bring your chin towards your chest. With the japa of Om Nithyananda Mahasada in this asana. Visualize yourself as a lotus, rooted deeply in life's challenges, yet rising spotless and radiant above them in Padmasana.
आसनं द्विविधं प्रोक्तं पद्मं वज्रासनं तथा.
Okay, crossing your arms out, release the bandhas now. As you cross your arms in front of you, holding onto your opposite toes in the prana mudra with the index and middle fingers. Do the Shitali Kumbhaka and just the Mula Bandha gaze to your nose. Visualizing the lotus of your beings unfolding, representing the fading of disease and suffering from your body in Padmasana Dve.
तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा ऊरु संस्थौ प्रयत्नतः ऊरु मध्ये तथोत्तानौ पाणि कृत्वा तु तादृशौ.
Okay, now raise up tall now. You can relax the bandha as we move into Kukkutasana, an advanced arm balance position. You're going to be bringing your hands in from between the gaps of your thighs and calves. So in your Padmasana, one thing you will actually see is you'll be having 3 gaps. So sometimes it might not be very visible, but actually you'll be having 3 gaps. One is here between the perineum, and the second is between your thigh and calf, and the third again between the other thigh and calf. So you're bringing your hands through this gap, not the central gap, but rather between the thigh and calf. Another way you can do this asana as well is to first bring your hand in between one leg, crossing it over your elbow, and then bring the other leg on top, trying to bring the arm behind the foot, behind your arm as much as you can. So that's where you will get deeper into this asana. Try to bring your legs up as much as you can above your elbow. You can even take support of someone to pull your hand through if you really need that support. And you're going to rock your body forward and lift up onto your hands in Kukkutasana. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, visualize yourself as a radiant rooster heralding the dawn in Kukkutasana.
पद्मासनं सुसंस्थाप्य नानूर्वोरन्तरे करौ विवेश्य भूमा पातिष्ठेद्यो मस्थकुक्कुटासनः.
Beautiful. Slowly relax your body down now. We're coming into the Baddha Keki Asana. Remain in Padmasana position as you bring your palms. You can raise up onto your knees and bring your palms flat onto the ground in front of you. Fingers pointed towards your body. So let's see all the key points of this asana clearly. Your fingers are pointed towards the body. You're going to lean your torso forward and down, bending your elbows to bring it into your lower abdomen. Important to remember here, do not bring your elbows into the soft part in the central area, but rather towards the side and a little lower onto your hips. You're going to be slightly bending your back as you lean forward and then lifting your knees off the ground to balance here in a straight position in Baddha Keki Asana, visualizing yourself as an elegant peacock with bound wings and doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling with deep awareness.
धरामवष्टभ्य करद्वयेन तत्कूर्परि स्थापितनाभिपार्श्व उच्चासनौ दण्डवद उत्थित खेमयूरये तत् प्रवदन्ति पीठम्.
Okay, coming into Mayurasana, if you want, remaining in the Padmasana position, you can extend your legs behind. Actually, in the initial levels, you'll find it easier to come into Mayurasana from the Baddha Keki Asana, or you can come straight, your body parallel towards the ground. You can take the support of a partner to balance your feet up in the air. As you hold this asana here, body completely extended, doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualizing yourself as a peacock with its wings spread wide in Mayurasana.
अथ वक्षे महादेव मयूरासनमुत्तमं भूमौ निपात्य हस्तौ द्वौ कूर्परोपरि देहकम्.
Beautiful. You did an amazing job. Now relax here. We're nearing the end of the sequence. So let's get going as we enter into the Makarasana. You're going to lay flat onto your stomach, legs extended behind you. And you're going to be interlacing your fingers, bringing it above your neck. Let your elbows rest out wide. Important to note, your feet position is for pointing outwards. So your feet are not going to be backwards, rather they're going to be outwards, and your body is going to lay down completely flat here. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, you're going to do the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing yourself Visualize yourself as a calm, grounded crocodile resting at the water's edge in Makarasana.
अध्यास्य श्रोणौ पदयुग्मे
अध्याशेते पदयुग्मवक्षो भूमिमवष्टभ्यकरयोस्तलाभ्याम्. Now bringing your palms beside your chest as you engage your core, and you're going to be crushing your back inwards as you lift your legs and your chest lightly off the ground. Here, remember importantly here, when you do this, you're not going to be bending your knees. You're going to be lifting all the way from the thighs. So your your lower thighs are off the ground as well. As you hold here, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, visualizing yourself as a locust with powerful hind legs ready to leap far and wide.
अध्यास्य शेते हृदयं निधाय भूमौ च पादौ च प्रसार्यमानौ शिरश्च धृत्वा करदण्डयुग्मे देहाग्निकारं मकरासनं तत्.
And now we're going to be doing the Ushtrasana. So you can bend your heels towards your hips, use your hands to pull it in and get a nice stretch with your legs here, pulling them in towards your hips. You're going to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and visualize yourself as a strong camel, holding yourself with a graceful back bend, a protective hump in Ushtrasana.
अध्यास्य शेते पदयुग्मे व्यस्तं पृष्ठे निधायापि धृतं कराभ्याम् आकुञ्चयेत् सम्यक् उदरास्य गाढमुष्ट्रं च पीठं योगिनो वदन्ति.
Okay. Next, we're entering into the Dhanurasana. So as you can beautifully see how Mahatma is doing it, your hands are going to be holding onto your ankles, and you're going to be extending your chest and your knees off the ground, getting a nice arc in your back over here. It's a beautiful asana to stretch your spine as you also increase your digestive fire, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha. Gaze to your third eye. If you can, try to keep your feet joined towards each other for a deeper stretch. Visualize being in a taut bow, body stretched and energized in Dhanurasana.
प्रसार्य पादौ भुवि दण्डरूपौ करौ च पृष्ठे कृतपादयुग्मं कृत्वा धनुस्तुल्य विवर्तिताङ्गं निगद्य योगी धनुरासनं तत्.
Beautiful. Relax. Coming into our second to last asana. Come onto your knees with your feet extended, with your heels behind you. Keep your toes relaxed. Bring your hands onto your knees. Keep your spine straight, resting comfortably here in Bhagasana. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling smoothly with deep awareness, firmly contracting the muscles of your pelvic floor in the Mula Bandha. Gaze to your third eye. We're going to do the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham here, the Mahavakya. Visualize the radiant sacred space of creation, yourself in the womb of the very cosmos in Bhagasana.
उल्टा मोड़ी पाव दो उबे से बहुरौ जुगती करे इक ऐसे पावन माहिला गुल्फजु हो कुला पाशती लावे सो.
And now relax onto your back into our final asana, Shivasana. Keep your legs extended, laying onto your back, palms facing upward. Inhale and exhale slowly and deeply. Doing the Shakti Chalana Mudra. All the energy that we generated through the intense yoga today, spreading through every limb of your body. The pure Mahavakya sound, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, reverberating within you. Visualize your entire body is dead. You're dissolving into stillness. But your consciousness, awareness, rests independent of its association with the body in Shavasana.
अथ शवासनम् उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तु शवासनं शवासनं श्रान्तिहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारकम्.